Good morning, everybody. This is Ali and Marco here. If you've been with us this morning for your mapping session, you'll know a bit about MA already. One of the things that we do that you might not know so much about is we do metaphysical and geo-Maieutical journeys, which you're probably thinking, what on earth are they? So I have Marco here, who is the inventor, for lack of a better word, of these different journeys, who's going to tell you a little bit about them. So good morning, Marco.
Good morning, Ali. Good morning, everybody.
Good to see you. Now, where did the idea come from to start doing metaphysical and geo-Maieutical? Well, let's start with geo-Maieutical because they were first. Where did the idea come from?
Yeah, the idea basically came from this very picture here. Actually, this is myself when I was 3 years old, and this represents my passion for traveling, which is something I've been doing all my life. So uh, one day, 6 years ago, when I found and I saw for the first time this picture, it came to my mind the idea of organizing journeys, just to share my way of seeing our planet and the relation with other people. But I never organized journey for other people. I always been traveling by myself or on myself or with my friends and things like that. But 6 years ago, when the project, the River of Life, started, I decided to create sort of template of what we call Geo-Maieutical journeys. Why Geo-Maieutical? Geo-Maieutical because geo or places are the engine to elicit emotions. If we are to live in a certain way, places, saying that by Latin language, hic et nunc, which you in England you within in a very chic way you say mindfulness, meaning being there in that moment. Each place, it doesn't matter if it's a beautiful place, an ugly place, each place can help us in eliciting, pulling out our emotions. And so this is the center of these Geo-Maieutical journeys, going in places that are organized in a certain way, following a path of growth in 6 stages that are thematic stages. So we follow these 6 stages. We select the itinerary according to the different stages and themes. And people, once there, are invited in a very natural way to relax, to enjoy the place, and to elicit their emotions. Then always during these journeys, we once we elicited our emotions, we try somehow to map out or to represent these emotions, especially by mapping them. And finally, this carries us to getting along better with our emotions, which is the goal, which is the purpose of of these journeys and actually of our MA project. And yeah, so the center is the place, and that's basically the meaning of physical journeys. Metaphysical journeys, I'll tell you, of course, more later on, but I would rather finish the topic of physical journeys. But metaphysical journeys were born just because of the COVID pandemic. We as travelers, we couldn't accept the fact that with the lockdown, we couldn't physically travel. And so myself with some of the geographers of emotion, so we have created a template which allows us to go on with our journeys in a very peculiar way. I should say very interesting, and I'll tell you a little bit more later on.
We'll get to that in a second. First of all, I've got some feedback here from people who have already been on the Geo-Maieutical journey, specifically to Garfanyana, and one of those people is Francesca, who comes from Indonesia, who went all the way to Garfanyana for this journey, and she does a lovely thing. So this is all the letters of the River of Life. So her feedback was: thrilled, heaven, earth, roots, insights, vitality, empathy, romance, odyssey, faith, love, independence, friendship, and enchantment. When you hear things like that, how does that make you feel, having been the person who has developed these journeys for people to go on?
Well, of course, it's a big pleasure, and but yeah, I really feel happy because I understood that this way people, and now we've been doing so far 15 or 20 physical journeys. People enjoy. First of all, people enjoy it, which is the most important thing, because at the beginning we were used to call these journeys philosophical journeys, which because there is a philosophy of life behind them, but the word philosophy could scare some people because philosophy, it's of course in the wrong way, is connected to something boring, something getting you sad. It's exactly the other way around. These journeys, first of all, we want to have fun, then we want to share our emotions with other people, even if we never met these people before. What we create, this I can say after 15 journeys, it happens every time, is a very nice atmosphere. People get along well. People that don't want to leave the group after after the experience, but
I can imagine.
we all have to. So
I
yeah, I'm
can
very
imagine.
very happy to see that this, but it's a simple way of traveling. It's very authentic way of traveling, but carries really a lot with them.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean another lady, Vivicoy from Kenya, who
Mhm.
went on the Garfanyana journey, says, I'm healed. I feel different like another person. So these are transformational journeys. You know, there's no and never any guarantee of transformation, of course, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's more than just going away to a place and going and seeing the sights or reading about somewhere. You actually are immersing people
Yeah.
in the place. Is that right?
Yeah, I should say, yeah, it's something more than a simple journey. Yeah, we didn't go on calling these journeys philosophical, but also transformational, because that's quite a responsibility to tell a person that what you are doing, journeys in this case, will transform people. It can also happen that they transform people for the worst, but so we don't say that. But yeah, this is just what you mentioned, some feedback. Many feedbacks are exactly right, that they thank us for simply having taught them to see things from different perspectives. It's another way, it's a way to see even places where you have already been, but with a different perspective. We feed ourselves with the sense of wonder, which is, I think, the most important thing when traveling. If you want to travel and go on enjoying it, it doesn't matter what kind of traveling. It can be a physical, metaphysical, whatever. If you lose the sense of wonder, it's somehow you better stay at home. You don't have to even try traveling, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be meaningless. So we really want to feed and share with our friends travelers this sense of wonder. It's a sort of recipe, and yeah, it's something more in the sense that it's also a personal journey. So at the end of this experience, we feel closer to ourselves, which is always very important, and of course we feel closer to other people and to the planet as well. So it's somehow getting closer.
Brilliant.
We don't
Brilliant. Now,
reach the place, but get close.
exactly. Now, you mentioned you might as well stay at home, but actually, for the last year and a half, we've had
Yes,
to stay at home. And those
absolutely.
of us who love to travel feel starved because we can't get out there and see new places. So you came up with metaphysical journeys to feed our travel habit whilst we couldn't actually travel. So tell us how that works.
Yeah, that's true. And well, exactly, following somehow Salgari, and an Italian writer who never moved from home, but he wrote very nice books about very far away journeys. We decided to, yeah, to promote, to start with these journeys from remote, from your place. And we have been doing so far Patagonia, and Garfagnana, and the next one will be England. But let's say the program, the schedule is quite wide, because we realize this journey in different scales. It can be, and it will be, from your place, your home. We will be doing a journey, metaphysical journey, from your home to the planets, even to the antipodes, that is a place, on the other side of Earth, or on the entire galaxy. I mean, we have no limits, no borders, of course, and somehow this is one of the few positive things of the pandemic. It's that's we can really work with our imagination, and it's very easy to reach people, and also to allow people to travel in places where physically they would never go. So it's really very democratic to organize these metaphysical journeys, and yeah, also there, I don't know if you have some feedbacks, but because I don't like to
I do
directly. Yeah, okay, so
let me read you this one. This one
please.
from Aisha. She said, I did this journey. This was Patagonia.
Mm-hmm.
It was an immense and intense experience that opened my eyes to connecting a place I wanted to explore with creating an imaginary journey that made me delve deep into my own journey in life. What's not to love about that? Having a travel mate made the journey so much more enriching too, and I would recommend metaphysical journeys to anybody. What she's saying is that she's got so much out of that, and she's felt like that she's traveled and she has done that, and she's talking about having a travel mate. So can you tell us, if I were to go on a metaphysical journey, what would I expect to find? How does it work?
Yeah, yeah, first of all, you have to be open-minded, because but also for physical journeys we need to be open-minded, because somehow what we are proposing is a little bit strange, because you will do a sort of hero's journey, because we are following actually the scheme of the hero's journeys by Campbell, and you will have an animal with you, a spirit guide animal. You will choose a spirit guide animal that will always be with you, and also you will travel, as Aisha said in her feedback, you will travel with another person that you don't know, maybe, probably this person, you might know or not know, it doesn't matter, but the mentor of these journeys, because each journey has a mentor, will decide how to match different travelers. So it's a journey on different levels. You go on traveling by yourself, which is something we all think it's very important, to get along well with yourself, and traveling physically or metaphysically, this is really a good tool to get closer to yourself. But you also will travel, especially in this metaphysical, with one specific person, and you know how difficult it may be to travel with another person, because it's during traveling that you get to know people, and sometimes it's not a good surprise, but so far, at least, travelers, they didn't kill each other, even because they couldn't. They are far away, one to eat. This helps us in avoiding these kind of things. But no, frankly, it's a way of listening. Yeah, that's yeah, thanks. I think this is very important in all the journeys. It's not only about talking about yourself, because at the end of each journey, physical or metaphysical, there is a sort of storytelling. Each person is happy to share the emotions felt during the journey, but it's especially about listening. These are especially about listening, because it's much easier to talk about yourself than listening to others, and we really push a lot on this. We don't want to teach anything to anybody, but to let people understand how important is listening, not only to people, but also to places.
Exactly. And I understand, as well as the fact that individuals can come along and enjoy these journeys, either physically or metaphysically, you've used these journeys in training courses into businesses for team building. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have done a few journeys in Italy, in Greece, in Mexico about team building. Yes, people are from the same company, but they can be also from different companies. But so far, we have done, especially with groups of friends coming from different countries of the world. And yes, this path is something extremely important also in a corporate environment. Why? Because we get rid of formalities. We start each journey by asking travelers to present themselves with their emotional and vocational picture, like this one, for example. So they pre-select a picture and they introduce themselves by describing this picture. So you can imagine even colleagues, they have been working 20 years face to face in the same place. And for the first time, they hear the other one presenting herself or himself through the vocational picture. And this is something that helps to see things from different perspectives. And especially in a corporate environment, it is important that people create bridges among them. Because when you talk about your emotions, about something of yourself that you never shared with your roommate at work, you get to know each other much better. And also the productivity of work increases because, you know, we also see things from the productivity side if working in an environment. If people get along better among them, it's much better also for productivity and for the whole atmosphere of the company. So yeah, and then also the rest of experience. We play, yeah, that's important to say. During these journeys, physical or metaphysical, we play a lot what we call the river games. River games, there are now around 20. They can be outdoor or board river games. And they help us, coaches and mentors and travelers, to grow by having fun. So these are conceived. These are new games that are conceived following the acronym of Emme'S, our network. So eliciting, mapping, managing emotions, and we play them all the time during our journeys, especially.
Brilliant, brilliant. I've got some feedback here again from Maria, who was in a corporate setting, who says it was amazing how much she learned about her colleagues that she would never have known before. Coming back to your comment about how you can be 20 years working with someone, but you can find, and as you say, really increases productivity and helps with mental health and well-being in the office. Yes. Where people understand each other better. Yes,
absolutely.
Brilliant. So how can people get on these journeys? What's coming up and how do they get onto them?
Absolutely. We have scheduled 2 journeys, one metaphysical in England and the other one physical in Garfagnana. The one in England will start on the 15th of July, if I'm not wrong. It will be in three chapters, in 3 meetings. And well, it will be, the mentor will be the lady I'm talking with, Ali Bagley. So can you imagine Ali Bagley with her enthusiasm, with her knowledge of her country, with her love for her country? Because what is important is that all the mentors of our metaphysical journeys or physical, not only they know the place they are introducing to others, but they love the place, because we want to really to transfer our passion for places. And Ali, I can tell you, she's really in love with England. I think all of us, we are in love with England. So even if I have been there many times physically, I think I was the first one to book this journey with Ali. And I really advise to do that for those who love England, or for those who are just curious to know how a metaphysical journey is carried on, because you will find a lot of fun, a lot of challenges, and you will see a lot of places. I mean, big fun. And the second, You want to say something maybe on
just quickly? Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be your normal, let's go to a place, tell you about a place, move on.
Yeah.
You are going to be a character. You're going to take on a character. You're going to take on quests and challenges, and you are going to laugh, and you may cry as well. And you will learn about yourself. You'll learn about your teammates. And we're going to go to all different places that evoke all of that emotion in you. And I guarantee you will come away having a whole new perspective on both yourself and the amazing country of England, which, as you say, Marco, I am inspired by every day and love completely. So yes, at the end of this video, you will be able to see all of the information you need to book that. And if you book it now, based on the fact that you're listening to this video and you're joining us in the Workplace Wellness event, we're doing it at 50% off. So for £60 for 6 or 7 hours worth of traveling, over the 3 weeks, if you use the code GEO50 when you're booking on the link that you'll find, then you will get the 50% off. So it's just £60. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. And then the second one is we already scheduled this from 4th to 11th of September, physical, in Garfagnana, which is this marvelous sub-region of Tuscany, north of the city of Lucca. It's a valley in between the Apuan Alps and the Apennine. And it's there that the river Serchio flows. And this would be the fourth physical journey to Garfagnana. It's really the center of the whole project, the River of Life. And this year, we even to really encourage people to start traveling again, if possible, of course, in security. We have selected a wonderful, believe me, unbelievable, beautiful rural house that will host all the travelers. It's right in the middle of the valley of Garfagnana, and from there, with the group, basically we never do big groups because we want to follow each traveler, because it's a path of growth. Each traveler is going to create his or her own roadmap, so with exercises, games, talks, and storytellings and things. So it will be, it will be no more than 15 people, and it's a great chance of starting again, living outside, because we are all happy that we could deliver our services as Emme, not only for metaphysical journeys, but all the rest online, thanks to technology. But I think all of us right now, we really need to go outside. So this is a great occasion because, Garfagnana in September is still perfect weather, and we can do so many activities outdoor, and well, so also there you will find a way how to book. It's really the price of the whole journey, so including the accommodation, the local transports, and 4 dinners, and all the educationals, because it's a full-time educational path, let's say, educational in the sense of we will play games, we will have talks, and we will make exercise and so on. It's around 840 euro, if I'm not wrong. And I think we cannot do less than this. We do that because we want to promote really our way of traveling, because we know that it can be of some help for people or of great fun for everybody. So okay. That's it.
Wonderful. What I will say as well is, for anybody who is watching this, who's come along to the Workplace Wellness event, who wants to create a specific Geo-Maieutical journey for their business to send their team on to come and enjoy, we can do 1 day, 2 days, 7 days, and we do it bespoke to your company. bespoke pricing, bespoke where you want to go, what you want to get out of it for your people. So do please get in touch with us if you want to talk about that, either in England or anywhere else in the world. We can organise that all for you. Marco, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We're going to go and we're going to leave you with a video from the last Geo-Maieutical journey to Garfagnana, so you can actually see people enjoying that trip and how that went. And as I say, at the end of this, there will be information for you to get in touch with us and to book to go on the next journey to England. Hopefully see you there. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.
Bye.